We're dealing very much at the sort of people's everyday experience of living with a condition and how difficult it is to get upstairs or to walk out in the community or to manage everyday things. And so a lot of our work is about helping people to manage, either through making themselves stronger, for example, or supporting their joints, their limbs, using different strategies that might actually help them to be able to do what they want to do.
There isn't very good treatment for patients with mitochondrial disease at the moment. There's no curative treatment. So, since there isn't curative treatment, then trying to prevent these conditions ever happening in the first place seems to be much by far the best way.
People like me are desperately grateful for the funding. It makes a huge difference to what we're able to do. And I think, although it's been a struggle and it's taken quite a long while, I do think that we're getting really quite close to things that are clinically useful. And I would certainly hope that we'll see from the existing trials and from the future planned trials, treatments, effective treatments that make a clinical difference coming out in the not too distant future.
So we've now had funding for a research associate and a technician for a number of years from muscular dystrophy. It's an interesting question, where would we be without the funding for muscular dystrophy? We wouldn't be anywhere, it's basically, because they've been the funders that have really got us off the ground. This was a very basic idea about 6 years ago, and they have funded it from the beginning. More recently, we've had significant help from other sources like the Wellcome Trust and the MRC, because this has now become a much bigger research effort, requiring support from research nurses and other people within the labs. So the Muscular Dystrophy Campaign made a massive effort in actually getting us off the ground.
And we're doing our best to actually try and find what's actually going wrong in each individual patient that we do deal with. And we think that with the continued funding, we'll find treatments, and we'll find better and better treatments for them.
Yes, actually throughout my whole career of 25 years or more in muscular dystrophy, there's always been at least one person in my group funded by the MDC. It's made a huge difference.
So the funding's been absolutely essential for the work that I do. I wouldn't have been able to do it without it. I've had funding from the Muscular Dystrophy Campaign for many years, and I have had other funding, but it's been the one thing that's given rise to probably the most exciting results that we've had, and it's been invaluable.
3 years ago, I used to stand up and say, this is a very difficult disease, if not an impossible disease to cure, but we're trying this, this and this. I now stand up and say, for all the funding that's gone in lots of different ways, all of those ways are coming together now, so there's a real opportunity. I don't know which one will work, or whether a combination of them will work, but I'm sure we'll have some treatment for DMD, and that's as a direct result of the patients and their families going out there and raising money for this dreadful disease.